Boo. Boo, MacBooks, boo. Boo. I use PC. Boo, this video sucks. Oh gosh, why is it flickering with the MacBook on here? Oh god, even the lights hate this thing. Oh no, I'm gonna have to take it away for now. So I love laptops. Like, portable tech just gets me. Ever since my high school days, I've always had one. And mate, I was all Windows right up until Windows 8. Look, I grew up with Windows 98 and then like the glory of XP. And then I survived Vista. Vista was garbage. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And then I got so used to having to like downgrade my machines to XP with drivers and whatnot. Like when I saw Windows 8 and saw that it was the worst Windows yet, I was done. I didn't want to go through it again. Then I went Mac and never looked back, except for once, but we'll talk about that. And like everyone's already unsubbed, hey, because this is like a pro Apple video. But come on, mate, like to get you on side, let's talk about Apple's worst MacBook. A lot of them are honestly super good. I mean, they're work machines, not gaming machines. And like making videos feels like a game to me. I find it so much fun and MacBooks just do it the best. But the worst ones they made were the ones from 2016. Of course 2016. Like in the past, I'd always use like a 5-year-old MacBook Pro off Gumtree or something. But my granddad passed away and he gave me a little inheritance which I wanted to invest into a machine for making content on, to have a go at this YouTube thing. On your granddad, I guess it worked. Back in the day, I grabbed the top spec 15-inch 2016 MacBook Pro and wow, was it a pile of trash. The issue wasn't the touch bar. Like, I use Logic Pro and honestly the touch bar was like the coolest thing ever because it could be like a little piano roll, an effect slider and all that. And then like literally for everything else it was so annoying. Like you want to change the volume? Well, that's at least 2 button presses. Looks great. Awesome, it didn't work. The issues I was having was that it was built like junk. I had hinge issues on one, a speaker blew up on another, endless Wi-Fi issues, and like even if it worked fine, that butterfly keyboard was as if no one had ever tested it. Like stupid march to make everything as thin as possible, even at the detriment of the machine. And like USB-C is the best, it is. Like USB-A is a total nugget now, but like yeah, they just went all in too hard. Like there was no MagSafe, no SD card, just so many dongles. I went through 4 of those dumb things, serious. And I even got bumped up to the newest models as it went on and kept having issues. And then I got an iMac and that thing was even worse when the Fusion drive blew up. And then like I got so disjointed that I sold every Apple computer thing and went all Windows with a custom built PC. The first 5 episodes of this channel were made on that Windows machine. But Windows is terrible and Adobe is worse. And bring them together, mate, it's like mixing orange juice with toothpaste. I came running back to Mac so quick. So I ended up renting this MacBook Pro, the very last of the big size Touch Bar Pros. There you go. Honestly, this one's been great. No issues, no nothing. But yeah, I do everything out of a laptop. I like to use this in a desktop config where I have it mounted like this, so the vents are pointing upward like a chimney, as work laptops get stupid hot. Laptop gamers can relate. Having a laptop as a desktop has other benefits too, because it's got its own battery backup. Like if the power goes out, I can keep editing for like 5 hours on its inbuilt mouse, keyboard, pro grade screen. But Apple has refreshed the MacBook Pro. A full rework. Gone is the old trash book chassis and they've started fresh. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, is this thicker? It is. By a lot. But Apple always makes stuff thinner even if it's worse. Wait a minute. MagSafe? Man, I thought they killed you off. HDMI? SD card? You're all here. But like, we watched your funeral, mate. You died. Apple can admit its mistakes. Apple listened to feedback and made something we wanted. That means... guys, we could get the headphone jack back. We could get the headphone jack back. Apple, we wouldn't even rub it in, just give it back. Actually, speaking of headphone jacks, Apple's even put a stronger DAC in this so it can drive harder to drive headphones for editing purposes. They're working on DACs as we speak. Just smash one in the iPhone, you dingus. So this is a full stink model because I edit in 4K and it's really chewy for computers. I mean, high-res games, high-res video production, that's what makes machines sweat. Doing this nana selling on Gumtree style. It's got a 120Hz screen, which is amazing. Now we've caught up with gamers from 10 years ago. It's got a notch now, which doesn't bother me because the screen is stinking huge. And no more touch bar. It's for the best, honestly. Maybe if it was above these regular keys instead of replacing them, but having the volume buttons back is just really, really nice. So yeah, these are way thicker and honestly not as cool looking. Like the trash books look super beautiful. Like this looks like it's pressed sheet alloy instead of being milled. But mate, I'll take the extra chunk for for the extra ports, better keyboard cooling any day. But let's get right to the smelly bit, mate, because folks have been hearing that the M1 chips are doing insane things, and I'm here to confirm it. They're nuts! And for those of you out of the loop, Apple's been working on their own processors since like the third iPhone or something, and then they moved on to like high-powered iPads, and now finally they're brave enough to make their own computer ones, which is a massive deal. So my old MacBook is an 8-core Intel i9, and they released these in 2019, and not that long ago really, this was the most powerful laptop Apple sold. So as a test, I asked these machines to render the same Final Cut video project. And mate, if you just record the screen and then cut the footage to the exact second that it starts and stops, boom! You got a bar graph! And the new M1 Max absolutely pounds. But that's not the best bit. I did this test very cruelly, right? As they had to do it on the battery, sitting flat on a couch. Yeah, mate, ultimate lazy man style. And holy smokes, the Intel is on meltdown and the M1 barely got warm. I didn't even hear the fans come on. Sitting flat on a couch, not even protecting the vents. But then it gets worse. These are my work machines, not my personal runabout. I daily drive a little M1 MacBook Air, like lower spec model that I casually grabbed one day from the local JB Hi-Fis. This idiot doesn't even have a fan, no vents, no nothing. And I thought, well, stuff it. Let's put the same render test on this one and see how it goes. Oh man, that's sad. Oh, the i9 only barely won, and it's not an honorable win. I mean, all that heat, all that noise for that amount of gains. Mate, the Air was even a little bit cooler than the Pro. It doesn't have a fan! Are you kidding me? I genuinely, all of my Intel-powered laptops feel like total out-of-date nuggets now. These M1s are so efficient. I've fully edited an entire DangPods video start to finish on a single charge laying on the couch with the latest MacBook Pro. And then like the speakers are insane. It's almost like it has a subwoofer in it, which sound even better because you're not hearing the stinking fans, but I do have a Mac Pro. Like, I picked it up secondhand late last year, and I intended for this to be my editing rig, and the new MacBook Pro would be like the backup portal machine, as I didn't have a backup machine, and you know, it's quite dangerous when it's your entire job. So I did the same render test again with the 16-core Intel Xeon Mac Pro, and behold, it lost. It lost to a MacBook that costs a fraction, that comes with more SSD storage, pro-level screen, mouse, keyboard, and even outpaced it running flat on a couch on the battery. Holy nuts! Like, the MacBook is expensive, but it is a total bargain right now. It's outpacing a Xeon without even getting warm. I got that Mac Pro at the worst time. Mate, am I glad I didn't pay new prices. So like, even if you aren't into Apple, even if you hate their guts, like, you gotta be excited about this because this is now the benchmark. Intel's latest brand new chips built to compete with the M1, honestly, have more power than Apple's even most crazy M1 Max whatevers, but they use so much power and blow so much heat. Heat is the worst thing about laptops. I mean, using that old i9 again, it just brought back all the memories of like, right, this is actually totally annoying just hearing all the time. And it's not just annoying, it kills laptops. Heat is the worst. And so the new Pro machine, it's the first laptop that's left me speechless in a long time. It feels like when PCs finally went to SSDs with quad cores. It feels like that jump again. And now every other company has to match this amazing performance. This is the best laptop I've ever owned. And yeah, as I said, mate, all you Apple haters out there, get keen for whenever Intel, AMD, or whoever matches this for Windows machines. Get Linux. Go Linux. And well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, because my $1 a month, I direct to videos. Although there is extra, I got garbage time. Hey, my second channel, it's usually just cars, drums, Frank, there's no rules. And I've got my float playing drum stream where you can watch me live. I mean, people are like, oh, face reveal. It's like, well, I stream 4 times a week. Come and stare at my face. yell at my face. It's live. But for you patrons, mate, we're gonna do a bit of an editing session. I got a project on the MacBook that I'd love to run you through. I haven't done like a making of sort of video. I've got a finished project I'd love to show you, the order in which I do things, and how the mess gets on the plate. So, thanks so much, mate. I'll see you all next time. Wow, look how big Frank's house is. Look at all this stuff for her to do, and places to hide, and to sprawl out and be comfortable. Man, she could use so much of this space. Well, she chooses just to use this one little bit here, and nothing more. You're so wasteful, Frank.